Let me say greetings to all of you. This is 10 Major Minutes with Major Jonathan Kellman, District Officer for the Salvation Army. And as usual, we know that we are surrounded and focusing on the COVID-19 pandemic and the effect that it is having in the country. The impact, we look for some positive news in spite of what is occurring. So today I want to start this week on the topic mini-series on bread. Even as is a bread. Bread is good. Bread is a staple. I think somebody said bread is the staff of life. In Mark chapter 4 and Matthew chapter 4, Jesus was being tempted by the devil in the wilderness. And the first thing he went through was the devil saying, well, command these stones to turn to bread, because Jesus was extremely hungry. He had just finished fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. And so Jesus responded to the devil by saying, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth from the mouth of God. This is old-time English from the King James Version. But what exactly is it saying? It's saying that we cannot survive only by physical sustenance, meaning we can't just go every day by just feeding our physical bodies, but we should also feed our spiritual bodies. And this is, I guess, an encouraging point for us, especially at a time like this in the pandemic, to find ways and means to motivate ourselves, especially spiritually, because it is not because it is a disease, that is affecting us physically, that we will not try to do something about a spiritual life. Because when we drain physically, we also drain mentally and sometimes financially, and definitely spiritually. So therefore, we look on the topic bread. The song says, guide me, O thou great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty. Hold me with thy powerful hand. Bread of heaven, feed me now and evermore. So, God is referred to as the bread from heaven. Now, think about it. Bread from heaven reminds us of the manna that fell from heaven every day except on the Sabbath day for the Israelites to sustain them when they were in the wilderness. Feed me now and evermore. Just as that manna fell down from heaven, the writer of the song, William Williams, is using that same analogy and asking God, just as you fed the Israelites from heaven with manna, and that was their bread, I ask you now to feed me. Guide me as I go through life. But you are like the bread from heaven. You are my provider. Remember, in the Lord's Prayer it says, give us this day our daily bread. So it talks about God being a provider. This is the bread that we focus on today. Provision. God's provision. And it says, when I tread the verge of Jordan, Bid my anxious fears subside. Jordan for the Israelites was whenever we hear the Jordan, I think about Naaman have to go and dip in the river Jordan. Joshua having to cross over Jordan, is always a challenge. So when we go through challenges, bid my anxious fears subside. Death of death and hell's destruction, land me safe on Canaan's side. Songs of praises I will ever give to thee. When the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, the first thing they did when they got over was to stop and have a praise party. Singing and dancing songs of praises. My dear friends, wherever we go, it is important to stop and praise the Lord. Stop and give thanks for the achievement that we made. And this is our bite-sized boost for today. Our bite-sized boost for today encapsulates this same thought. It says, celebrate your small wins. When you think of your big goals, sometimes you start feeling overwhelmed. Why? Because big goals don't get achieved right away. So instead, you need to create mini goals to help excite you along the way. This way you can be more goal-oriented and build a habit of being more effective. Celebrating your small wins will help you stay motivated through your journey. Plus, celebrating is always fun. Maybe you can break down your main goal, into 10 bite-sized goals. For each of the 10 goals, you can add a small celebration when you achieve each of them. And as we go through today, I believe then I would want to, in my grateful moment, be thankful for 1 year in Belize. My wife and I having served 1 year in Belize so far. In this our second time around, but as district leaders. Thankful for the people that we work with, the people that we serve, the people that have come alongside to help and to continue to support the work of the Salvation Army. No one is an island. You cannot do things on your own as much as you think you can or feel you can, or it may seem that you can do it. We always need somebody to help us, and it's good to be able to call on people to help and assist, and we really want to say thanks again to all of them. And if maybe any watching this video, we say thanks to you. And now we continue to move forward into the second year. See, small wins, small celebrations, but looking to God, who is our strength and our refuge. Open thou the crystal fountain. The third verse of that song says, whence the healing stream shall flow. Let the fiery cloudy pillar lead me all my journey through. Strong deliverer, be thou still my strength and shield. So our first day, September 6th, focusing on bread, different aspects and viewpoints of bread, especially referred to in the Bible. And today would have been a day that many of you would have brought bread. Lunchtime, Sunday is a big day, and you would have had bread in different ways in terms of your food. Give thanks, because God has provided a meal for you today. He is the bread of heaven, And we pray that we will continue to look to Him to feed us, not just now, but forevermore. May God continue to bless you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you, especially more and more in these days that are very complex, complicated. We look to God and pray that He will continue to grant to us His peace. God bless you.